Hi Mum, it's here I am with Tom, and we've had a lot of fun over the last couple of weeks. We've been around to see lots of family and friends that care plenty about you, and Tom, it's been an interesting and kind of wonderful experience, hasn't it? Don't you think?
It really has, hasn't it, Dad?
So, Tom didn't know what to say at this introductory piece, but look, here it is, Mum. It goes on for a little while, but sit back, enjoy, and I think you're going to find this a lot of fun.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Hi Joan, happy 90th from southern France. Having a lovely time. You have a great birthday. Bye.
Félicitations, Joan, de votre 90e anniversaire. All the best. Thank you for giving me the tip about Ella.
Happy birthday, Joan. I hope you have a lovely day. Congratulations on reaching that magical figure of 90. Only 10 more years to wait to get a letter from the Queen. So have a lovely day, and just remember to look after that older husband of yours. Have a nice day, and it's over to her.
Hi Joan, best wishes for your 90th. What an amazing feat. You inspire me all the time with your craft and all the things you've done over the year and all your generous help to everybody. Hope you had a lovely day, and thank you. Bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Johnny. Happy birthday to you. Hip right, hip right, hip right.
I first met this lovely lady about 20 years ago. We met at the Boathouse in Fairfield. The reason for this lunch was that Marion and John had fallen in love. Joan thought it would be a good idea if we met, and we had a lovely lunch. Joan was so open and friendly. I have to think, and I think she is a very charismatic person, full of life. Joan is very gifted in the art world, and she has done some fantastic work. Joan takes a great interest in all our grandchildren, and they really love her. They all call her Nana. We have stayed at Solero in Phillip Island and have been made very welcome. I do appreciate all the linen Joan has given me, which was really very special to her. The love we share for our grandsons is special, and they make us so happy. Joan, I wish you a very special 90th birthday. Lots of love, Rose.
Joan, you're fortunate, you've been endowed with a charming personality, and this was just very obvious from the first time we met you in Fairfield many years ago. As well as this great personality that you have been a great homebody. That has been very obvious. You have been a caring wife. You have 2 children that you should be very proud of, and I am sure you are. And also you are a doting grandmother, and that with the boys, and that's easy to accept too, because they're wonderful young fellows. But apart from this, on a personal side, you have extraordinary talent in the skills and handcrafts, where you've shown us some of the most beautiful things that you're justly proud of, and I know that you've had exhibitions with other people, and they've been admired by many, many people. Both you and Tony have sort of become part of the family now, and there's not many functions that happen that you're not there at them. You've become so much that the other grandchildren, apart from Tom and Joe, look on you as Mama too. Joan, may I wish you a happy, happy day, and may you and Tony continue to have a great time for many, many years to come.
Dear Joan, I want to make a birthday wish to you, and that you remain as bubbly and as full of life as you are on this birthday. And I'm sure you'll have many more. And it inspires us, and it gives a great boost to all those around you. I also want to thank you and your family very much for the help you've given me since the death of Vivian 6 months ago today. And it's been a wonderful thing for me. So keep on keeping on, keep on inspiring us all.
This is really quite an unusual experience to be talking about someone whom I've known for nearly 88 years. And I'm sure that I've known her longer than anyone else has. A lot of you probably don't know Joan's earlier life when she lived in the country, in both Warwick, Nabil and Horsham, where our parents lived. My father had been a returned soldier from the First World War, and he was an assistant town clerk in the Shire of Horsham, and he did law by correspondence, and then eventually he took out his law degree and practiced as a lawyer in both Horsham and Warwick Nabil, and also joined a stock and station agency business, which was very prominent in the Wimmera and the Mallee area, like a company called Grabgen Company, relics of the German people who came out from Silesia before the First World War. He was quite successful at that until the Depression.
No, get on to Joan, not family history.
Oh, well, I'm just being corrected. I can understand. It happens all the time, probably with reason. Anyway, they were a terrific family to be part of, and I was the younger one to my hero sister, who really was the most extraordinary tomboy. A lot of you probably don't know that side of her character, and she was really a lot of fun, and she did things that she wouldn't probably admit to, and I'm not going to say what they are, except that she did hit me once with a golf club, deliberately, on the forehead, which required 5 stitches. I still bear the scars very faintly. The only other time that she really got cross with me was when we spilt some ink on a carpet when I was about 14 or 15, and I was trying to cover this up both for her and from Mum. This was during the war. And Joan got cross with me and threw my Gladstone bag at me. I ducked, and it sailed over my head and smashed a hole in the wall of the dining room in our home in Glen Huntly. However, we teamed up and we got away with that, and I'm not quite certain that Mum never knew how it had really happened. But she was such fun, and I teased her quite a bit. She would say quite a lot, really, rather than just a bit. And the other time she was cross with me was when I loosened the girth on her pony, and this was in about 1937, I should think, somewhere around there. And when she got back on the pony after lunch, of course the girth slipped around the horse's tummy, and soon she was riding along underneath the horse. She wasn't so cross, but her father and my father was exceedingly cross with me, and I had to chop a lot of wood for a long time to get over that. But she was really a very, very good athlete, and a lot of you don't probably know that she could have been a very champion runner. She was a good runner both at her primary and secondary school, including University High School. She never carried it on afterwards, which I was very disappointed about with her. That's a side of her life that Sue didn't really know.
No. But I've heard those stories about Joan and your teasing of her, and I'm sure she was delighted once you were married that the teasing was carried out on other members of your family, but not Joan. But my meeting of her when I first met you, you took me home to meet your parents, and Joan was of a very, very vivacious, gorgeous woman with little children, and one very funny sort of thought that always comes into mind in those early days was that the Harrison women always ate raw onion, and that was something that I found hit me only because my father was a dentist or an orthodontist, and we didn't eat onion in our household at all. So the smell of onion was something that really, really struck me, but soon got over that thing. Not that I eat raw onion anyway. But Joan was welcoming and fantastic, and always had a household of people coming and going, dispensing food in every direction to everyone. It was just amazing.
She was a lot of fun, and I remember when Susan and I announced our engagement, we were staying with Joan and Tony down at Silverleaves, and I'd won a bet with a friend of mine about who would get married first, and he lost it very badly because he beat me by about 4 years, and he couldn't afford to pay the money, so he gave me his VJ yacht, which in turn I'd given to John and Leanne. And one day we were sailing this down at Cowes and with Tony, and we bottled it, and the centre plate came straight out. The only way we could get back to the beach was to act as the centre tape by lying in the water ourselves, manipulating out in the sails as far as you got.
I was there with it.
Oh no, you were. That was it.
Yeah.
You were with me in the water.
Yes.
As was Tony. But it was a very blowy day, and we probably shouldn't have gone out in it with the weather the way it was. But once again, Joan was on the beach praying for us, I'm sure, in her own way. And but we survived, and here we are together with Joan for her 90th birthday. My God, how about that?
You can't think of Joan without thinking of crafts, and that's something that I have never been very good at doing, and I have envied her all the way through with her ability with any sort of craft, her patchwork, her embroidery, her painting, her cards. It goes on and on. Still, she is knitting washes. And she said, yesterday on the phone, she said, I'll be doing it till I drop. And I think the other thing I would think of Joan, you think of Tony. Where would Joan have been if she didn't have Tony there behind her? What a fantastic pair together. I always think of them together.
I think all of us do. And it's amazing the way the friendships that she had from her very young childhood have lasted as long as those other individuals have lasted. And she's had that ability all her life to captivate people and sometimes probably pull them silly with some of her stories. But she's always been the most fantastic person at retention of friendships and the love that she's displayed to so many people in so many places for so many years. I love her very much.
Happy birthday.
And keep it up forever. Lots of love.
Happy 90th, Joan. You remind me of a hot chicken pie because it is my favourite. It's homely, it's warm, it's beautiful. And you are just, it's true.
It's a hot chicken pie.
She's gorgeous. Where did we go from that? You are absolutely divine. And there's something really comforting and delightful and divine about you. And my favourite food is a hot chicken pie. And you remind me of a hot chicken pie. And they're all laughing. But do you get what I'm saying? I think you're divine. And you've always been loving and welcoming. And you've got the most beautiful smile, and happy 90th.
And this is from a girl that for the first 15 years of our marriage called you Tone and Joni, because she could never get the names right. Always Tone and Joni.
I don't know why I did that.
Fantastic. But she's eventually worked out who you are. So, Joan, my favourite aunt. Yeah, mainly because you've been my girl to go to for all the offcuts and samples of fabric for the last 20 years, and you wield your magic on all those things with your gangs down at Phillip Island. And I used to love it when Tony used to back up the station wagon and load up the car of fabric to take it away to Phillip Island and then see all the things that you guys made. And very fond memories of childhood down at Silverleaves, visiting you guys down there. And look where that's got us. We've all become island people as a result of you and the Barneses. And we just love it down at the island, and the whole thing now is so fantastic that we see that as a great big family property. Stop smiling, Fiona. And you are the most amazingly positive person. Every time we see you, you are so interested in young people and what everyone's up to, and we know that you love us all so much and all the generations. And big happy birthday, Joan. I'm sure there's many more to come, and I can't wait to join you with them. Fiona?
Hi Joan, happy birthday. Unfortunately, I'm not there today to celebrate. I'm actually down at the island, having a reunion of all the girls I met in London all those years ago. We do it every on the last weekend of May. I think one of the big things about you, Joan, is actually you can't do it just Joan, because it's always been Joan and Tony. And I think one of the biggest legacies that you've left us is family. And actually here tonight doing the filming, we've got the Roaches and the Harrisons and two of yours together, and to see how over the time family has become so strong with this extended family. And I think back years ago when we used to go to Miller Street, and it always felt like there was such a big divide between JB and Kerm and Adam and I and Nick. There was 10, 12 years, and always felt that it would never get close. And who would have thought now of how incredibly close it is, and the next generation will continue to be so even without us. And I think also the legacy that you have given is just the love of family and the support, and it's quite extraordinary how it's shone through all the generations. And I think I look at Gracie and the relationships she's got with Kerm, and Gracie and Amy planning to travel some stage together to Greece, and very similar to Kerm and I, except I don't think I'll let Grace go if, now that Amy's had all this experience over there in the States, because it's just not going to happen. And Kerm led me astray, of course, when I was away as well. And the other thing is you and Dad, extraordinary sibling relationship. And, I'd like to think that, we've all got that now too. And the love, I think it's the love of family and family connections that is your legacy. And I'm so proud that, 90 is amazing. And I wish I was there, but I will have a drink with you down on the island. Cheers, Joan.
Cheers, Joan.
Happy birthday.
I'm going to let that in.
No, because I just always think of Joan and Tony, and I was like, oh, that's what I which one?
Let's not do that.
Well, happy birthday. I hope your day is amazing. I've always thought of you as just such a warm and affectionate, loving person who I feel like I look up to, and someone that is always just there for everyone that will ever talk to you. Yeah, I've just really appreciated everything you've always done for the family, and being a part of your family is a really nice thing.
But didn't you say that they were...
Oh yeah, no, but...
You can.
Well, I just always thought when I think of Joan, you, I just always think of the most, the cutest couple. I'm getting really flustered. Joan and Tony, just they're always together. You don't see them without each other, which I know it's not about Tony, but but I think that's a testament to you that you've not stuck with him.
Yeah, you stuck with him all these years. Well, he stuck with you. Well, he stuck with you.
They stuck with each other.
You, Gracie, go. You go, Gracie.
Happy birthday, Joan. Thank you for all the memories down at Silverleys, with the beach house and down at the beach with all the kids. And yeah.
Happy birthday.
I'm an emotional wreck at the moment.
You're 12.
Yeah. Thank you for all the memories down at Silverleys. Silverleaf's a great place. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Get lots of presents.
It's an amazing day. Just spend it with the family.
Thank you, chicken
spend
pie.
it with me. Chicken pie. Just a really heartfelt day and just enjoy it. Just because there's
you only turned 90
of them left. Just happy birthday. I love you. Whenever you're ready.
Well, hi Joni, about to turn 90, only 10 to go to get the Queen's message. Such a special occasion, I'm going to do a special thing, sing for you. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Joni, happy birthday to you. That's a treat, keep that one. I was asked to mind the hymns in assembly when I was at school, but that's alright. I did keep singing. Anyway, Joni, I don't know what to say. It's been very special knowing you for all these decades and decades. We've had some laughs, we've had some tears, I suppose, at times. We've had some tense moments. Remember Leanne and Timothy's wedding? I thought my hand was going to be broken. You were squashing it so hard because you were not a happy chappy. And anyway, you turned out to be right, didn't you? Sorry, Leanne. Tom and JB are laughing at me right now. Anyway, I just thought I had one other little perler. I do apologise when I did blatantly lie to you, Joan. It was up at Merimbula. Amy appeared to have this tattoo, and I blatantly lied to you, telling you it was a Hannah transfer, and it would be all gone in a couple of weeks. And you know what? You seemed to believe it for a while, but I think by now you know the 2 weeks is up. It might be permanent. I hope you're having a lovely birthday and a lot more birthdays to come. Happy birthday, Joni. Bye.
Happy birthday, Mama! I'm here in Nashville. You'd love it here with all the country music. I just wanted to wish you the best birthday, and I'm really sorry I couldn't be there today, but I know everybody will be giving you the best birthday ever, and everyone, I want you to hug her right now for me. And I love you and I miss you, and I'll send you lots of photos again soon. And Danielle's here with me. She wishes you a happy birthday too, and we love you so much. You deserve the best birthday ever.
Happy birthday, Mama!
Happy birthday, Mama. It's your 90th birthday this year. I've had 17 great years with you. It's been an absolute journey, be it with the time when Dad was sick, you were there to take care of us all and help support our family. It was really the first and big real time to see how really kind your heart was, how big your heart was to everyone around you. And over the years, I've gotten to know you better through Mum, all the footy journeys we've done together. That heart, I've just seen so clearly how strong and caring you are. Even with people you've met only a couple times in your life or you don't see very often, like the people at the basketball or some people you find walking down the street, you're always so kind and have the biggest heart and will always, no matter what, you'll talk to them, and if they have problems, you're more than helpful to listen to them and take care of them and tell them it's okay and it'll be alright, and always tell these wonderful stories about your life that I thoroughly enjoy listening to, be those times we were driving over to Wheelers Hill or the many Dragons runs we've done in the past. I can't thank you enough for all those journeys you've done. Both you and Tony have been absolutely tremendous towards me, especially taking care of me. Then also I have to thank you for being part of my cheer squad. From when I first started footy, you've barely missed one game since, I can't even remember. You've been to every basketball, every football game. You're always there to cheer me on in my highs and my lows and to tell me it's okay, you'll be able to do it next time, do something better, or congratulate me if I did something well, be it getting through the Dragons or winning most valuable player for my football club. I can't thank you enough for the amount of times you've been there and just supported me and cared for me in the good times and the bad times, and I'm just so honoured to have you as one of my grandparents and to watch you as a person and idolize you as a person I want to be when I'm older, for all the amazing values that you stand for and you have for in your life. I love you, Mama. Happy 90th, and I hope that plenty more years to come.
Happy 90th birthday, Mama. I just want to thank you so much for being such an incredible woman. I mean, I think that could be more clear for me, especially someone who's been working on this for you, with Dad obviously, but going around to everyone's house, it's just really set home for me at least, or struck home how amazing a woman you are and how much you really have had an influence on so many different people, and just your ability to connect with people on a level that not many people can, almost instantaneously. It's just incredible, and I think that through all the words, the amazing words that people have had to say, it's so clear to me, and it's been so heartwarming having to sit through all these things that people have to say, and it's just really reaffirmed every single thing that I knew about you. You are such an incredible woman, a talented woman. I can't even fathom the incredible life you've had exhibiting in the NGV and things like that. You're such a creative. I think back to when when I was young, and I used to flick through the books of all the native Australian plants. I used to pick any flower, and I was like, could you paint this? And you used to sit there and you could paint anything that I put my hand on in the book. And I think that's just such a perfect example of you being such a creative and such a talented individual. And I think you've offered so much to everyone around you through that, and the fact that you still, to this day, and you say, until you can't anymore, that you are making little knitted things for charity and things like that. You just exude happiness and positivity, and you really are just a treasure to everyone who has the luck for you being in their life. And I think that's just amazing, and you are a truly amazing woman, and thank you so much for everything you've done for me and for the family, especially in the last few rough years, really. And the fact that you drive Joe around with Tony, obviously, to all of his football games, and you're always there at all of the games and always here for Joe and I, and always just so active in the family. It's just truly amazing, and you are really such an incredible woman. I'm starting to sound a bit like a broken record, but I just really, really want you to know that, and you mean so much to all of us, so much to all of us. You are incredible, Mama, and we all love you so much. Thank you for everything.
Happy birthday, Mama. I hope you have a wonderful day and a lovely time and event. Just wanted to say what a special person you are in our life, and how much we love and appreciate you. And in particular, thank you so much for the kindness that you've demonstrated to me in the last few years when I haven't been so well, but also to John and the boys. You and Tony have just really been so incredible to all of us through that journey. So thanks for riding the wave with us. And also, just as a sort of that aside, thank you for always being so welcoming to me as a family member, and my extended family, and my friends as well. So yeah, you have some incredible beautiful ways about you, Mama, and you know, sometimes I see that shining through with the grandchildren. So happy birthday, love you, bye bye.
Hi Mum, so 90, it's got to be, I think the first comment is a life well and fully lived. The most important thing for you has been, always the people along the way, and boy, hasn't there been a lot of them. The amount of people you've met and made connections with is just, more than most, and a very rare group of people who just, a real people person. So, a very wide group of friends, an incredible, stalwart within the family. Beautiful people around the family, but particularly, to Marion, over this last couple of years has been such a tough time. You and Dad have just been incredible. And to the boys, the grandsons, you're just amazing about how you look after them, and how much you're part of their lives. And to me as your son, what a great mother, what a great start in life, and it's been there all the way through. So happy 90th. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we look forward to many, many more to come. Love you.
Happy birthday, Joan. I'm not a man of many words, but happy birthday and thank you. You're a very caring, sharing woman and you've got the best daughter that I've ever known and I love her so much and you're a great part of our family. Happy birthday and I hope you have a good day.
Happy 90th birthday, Joan, Mama, Mum. 90 years, what a contribution you've made. You've been a mother, daughter, sister, grandmother, amazing friend to so many people. There's friends of mine like Wendy and Leanne, and the list goes on and on and on. Sally, forever, Deb, Romy, that all consider you so important, the things that you've done for them, the little things that you do. Keep in touch with people, write to people, those wonderful letters that we all receive. Thank you for everything that you've done for us in our lives. Always been there no matter what the situation, just helping, just being and doing. We love you. Amy's so sorry she can't be here, but I know she sent a video and she'll call on the day as well. All our love from Merimbula.
I first met Joan Mama, as she became known later during the war in 1942 on Flinders Street Station through a mutual friend. She lived in Glenhuntly and I lived in Doncaster, a big logistical problem. In 1944, when I went to the army, we still kept in touch. Apparently she had more social life than I did. On one occasion, we had a date and I was on a shakedown cruise outside Port Phillip Heads on a very rough night. It was the first time I've ever been seasick. Whereas Joan was at home, stood up, not a happy chappy. After the war, we were still what you would say an item, until I went overseas for 2 years. We kept in contact, and on my return, when Joan had extricated herself from a current beau, we became engaged. Life went on pretty well from there. We were married. John Harrison was our best man. We moved into a little attic flat in Malvern, and then after that Scrimpton Scraved, and then into a masonette in Caulfield, and then into the family home in Carnegie for 25 years. Both John and Leanne were brought up here in Carnegie, and we bless ourselves every day for the joy they have brought us. As the grandchildren arrived, Amy at Phillip Island, we had many joyous times then, and bonding with her, and also with John and Marion's boys when we came back to town. We have had many close time with Tom and Joe at Gurner Street and continue that to this day. It is with great joy that Joan's relatives are so close to her and all socialise together with similar interests. We have had 68 marvellous years together and are still, I think, great mates. I'm also proud of what Joan has achieved with her craft, her patchwork and her embroidery. She has brought much pleasure to many people and to herself by doing this. But now, that's a memory. Such is life. But she still continues to knit face washes for charity, and this gives her great joy. That's what I think of Joan.
How do you ever capture 90 years in 90 seconds? Well, Mum started life in the country, active young woman, loving family. Sadly, Les passed far too early, but John Harrison was there to remind her every day what it was like to be teased. Then she met the love of her life, Tony, married, beautiful, beautiful relationship all these years, 67, 68 years. And then, of course, along came me. That's when life really began. Of course, then Mum and Dad supported me, particularly Mum, through 2 marriages, the second one going very strong. But she was there all the way through, supporting, loving, giving those mum looks that she only can, the death stares when things weren't going right. She's always been there every stage of my life, whether it be through my water polo or surfing or swimming or doing whatever, going through and studying at university. Always there having fun. And she's always been there for family, friends, and everybody else. One of the key things about her is how she keeps in contact with people. But I think the joy of her life has been the arrival of her grandchildren. Of course, first young Amy Elizabeth, followed by Tom and Joe, who have been an absolute source of delight. I don't think you could find a prouder, more supportive grandmother, no matter what you did, you three beautiful children. The other great thing in her life has always been her art. Perhaps something that she should have dedicated herself to much earlier. Absolutely sensational what she can do with her hands to make beautiful, beautiful pieces of work that adorn all our houses and have been really widely recognised. An absolute wonderful life in a snapshot.